High Sports Fully, a Blue Grapes production.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the recruiting process and at the beginning why you're here. There's three different profiles you have to maintain or you have to establish at this point in your high school career. Number one was your physical profile. That's why you came here. First step, get your measurables. How tall are you? How heavy are you? How fast are you? How well do you perform certain tasks that have to do with your athletic abilities? That's number one. Okay? The second part of that particular item is skills development. Now that you found out all your baseline figures, how do I get better from now till the time the sport starts up again, which is normally in August or September? Okay? The amount of work that you put in from now till then will determine how much better you've gotten. And when I'm talking about skills development, I'm not talking about how much better you got to take in these tests. But if you're a receiver, how much work have you put into it? If you're an offensive lineman, how much time have you put into the weight room? Okay? Do all the things that prepare you, because you hear that constantly from adults, from teachers, from parents, from coaches. And understand, you know, a lot of these coaches here in the high school ranks, you don't make the big money that college guys make. You don't make the big money that the NFL guys. Normal life expectancy for an NFL football player, 3.5 to 4.5 years in a career. How long of a period is that? That's the same amount of time you spend in high school, right? And then after that, what do you have to do? You have to live life, okay? In the realm that everybody else, the majority of the people, live in. Do you understand? So, what you're doing right now, is that to prepare you for that 4.5 years? Or is it to prepare you for 80% of your life? That's kind of a staggering fact, isn't it? That you do a lot of this work, even if you get to the pinnacle of the mountain, that you might be only there for a very short time. You make tons of money, but you better make sure you save it and you invest it, because that's got to stretch you out the rest of the way. That's reality, okay? Skill development, you know, that's so that you can present the best picture you have for recruiters out there, okay? And after all that skill development and finding your measurables, bottom line is, if I came into your campus, the first person that I would talk to, there would be a number of people that I talk to. One is your counselor. Academically, you better make sure you're doing things right. The NC2A says there's certain grade, if you can reach certain GPAs, okay, you've got a chance to get in. It's a combination anymore of GPA, and I'm talking Division I, since that's the highest division that most people want to go to. Division I or Division I AA. You got to have a certain GPA, which means you better be doing your schoolwork, and you better have an SAT score on your record. Okay? Whether it's SAT, in some parts of the country, they take the ACT. The second person I'm going to visit with are you coaches. Tell me a little bit about this young man. Because if it's gotten to that point, guys, here's what's happened. We've gotten your measurables, but we also see a glimpse of what you can do on the football field. And ultimately, that's what it all has to add up to. What you can do on the football field. It doesn't matter how fast you run if you can't play on that football field. I'm going to tell you that right now. Coaches get fired for bringing guys in who can't play. All right? And at the college level, it's about winning and losing. Okay? Going to school, getting an education, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, a lot of your coaches and a lot of your teachers care about you. They want you to be successful. Not that college coaches don't care about you, but if you've ever been to a college class, okay, in most big universities, they have rows of seats. Whether you are sitting in that seat, you are a social security number to them. Okay? They were going to teach the class because if you registered for the class, money's in the bank. Whether you show up or not will depend on you. It'll depend on you. Mom and dad might not be there anymore, waking you up, kicking you out the door. Okay? That's the fact of life in college. Whether you go to a junior college, whether you go to a Division III school, Division II school, and then definitely if you go to a Division I AA school. Okay? I'm just giving you the realities of it. Because I want you to understand that it isn't about all the measurables. It isn't all about how fast you are. Okay? Yeah, that has something to do with your ability to play football. But you still have to show those abilities when they turn on that film. Okay? The other thing is, if you have an opportunity to play multiple sports, and I know that different coaches have varying views about it, okay? And I know it's tough because what they're saying is they're competing for your time. The next sport that's coming up on the docket is football. So the football coaches will want you to be in the weight room, they want you to be part of team situations, okay? But they're not, you know, hey, they're pretty reasonable people. But you have to talk to them. If you're also a pretty good baseball player, I'm sure they're not going to deny you the opportunity to play summer baseball. But you know what? What that's going to take is you to communicate to them. Okay? Work something out. Because they know, hey, if you're asking them to stay home and play video games, I can see them getting upset. Okay? But if you say, Coach, how am I going to make this work? Because, hey, I'm a pretty good baseball player too. Don't you think your coach knows that? Okay? Because all you're saying is, Coach, I need to continue to develop my other talents because what it does, it opens up opportunities for me so that people can come look at me. Okay? But we also have to have a reality check. Is that really the case? Or are you just trying to get out of workouts? Okay? And believe me, coaches know. They know how talented you are. They know whether you're actually having scouts looking at you. Okay? But I want you to understand that if you're afraid to tell your coach, then you're not building the trust that it's going to take to build good football teams. Okay? And trust is a big thing. Trust is always one of the things that I've always addressed with all my players at the opening day. A couple things I want you to take away from summer camp. I've got to be able to trust you. You've got to be able to trust me. You've got to be able to trust the guy next to you. You've got to be able to trust the guy standing behind you. Because without that, you don't have a team. You have a bunch of individuals who have to show up at the same time. Okay? So trust. That's why communication is important. Okay? But the other thing that gives you is that it gives them an opportunity to know you more as a person. Know your teachers. Know your counselors. Because again, I as the recruiter, those are the people I'm going to come talk to before I even talk to you. Okay? The second profile you're going to have to put together is an academic profile. The NC2A tells me that I can't take guys who can't pass the SAT or who have below a 2-point. What does that mean? You could be Mr. Maui, the best football player on this island. You don't have a 2-point, you don't have that test score? Oh well, the only option you have is junior college. Opportunities, right? So what did you do by not having the right test scores and having the right GPA? You've closed yourself off to other opportunities.